Thanks, sweetie. First and foremost, I must say that it's very, very reassuring for me to see this continuity of this alumni meet, because I think as the Biocon Academy gets bigger and larger and has many more programs and conducts many more classes of what they started off with, we have to make sure that we continue to have that bond with Biocon Academy. And so I'm really delighted, and I must congratulate Biocon Academy, especially Bindu and Ishwaran and Sweetie and many others who have actually made sure that this alumni event is a very important event, bringing together all of you who've had the good fortune to be a part of this academy and be the brand ambassadors of this academy when you pass out. I must also congratulate the committee members, and I am very happy to see that each one of them is doing something so important in the respective companies that they've been employed by. At this time and day when jobs is really the main central theme of discussion, and it's not just about India, but I think jobs are being discussed everywhere in the world. And I think what is important for us to recognize is that the Biocon Academy is playing an absolutely crucial role in ensuring employability of its graduates. And more importantly, what it's also doing is to ensure that you stay relevant in terms of the jobs that you're applying to. So it's no surprise to me to know that we've had 100% placement of all the 18 batches that we have held under the umbrella of Biocon Academy. Congratulations. As you all know, we've so far had 13 batches of biosciences, 4 batches of applied industrial microbiology, 2 batches of faculty development programs, 1 batch of clinical development program, and I'm sure we'll keep adding to this list. I also must thank our other partners. We've had very good cooperation from BITS Pilani, and KGI, of course, has been our founding partner, and they continue to be a very, very important partner for us as we go into the future. And I must thank, Dr. Sheldon Schuster, who's really been a very energetic and enthusiastic, leader who has partnered us because he sees what it's all about. And I think that's what has made this program so very successful. Now, what I'd like to basically share with the alumni is that, look, I think it's a very exciting time for all of us in India, because India is definitely a rising bioeconomy. And why do I say that? Today, we are already a $50 billion bioeconomy. And when I talk about a $50 billion bioeconomy, why do I keep saying it's so important? Because a bioeconomy actually addresses the very fundamental requirements of every economy, which is health, which is industrial progress, which is about agriculture for a country like ours, and most of all, sustainability and a sustainable environment, and also about renewable energy. So when you look at all of this, I think it's very important for us to sit back and know what each one of these segments represent. By 2025, we expect to be a $100 billion bioeconomy in India, and by 2030, we expect this to be a $200 billion economy, or a bioeconomy. Now, if you look at some of the forecasts, I think it's very important for us to recognize 2 very fundamental successes that we have seen so far in establishing this bioeconomy. We are recognized as the largest vaccine producers in the world, and we are also recognized as being one of the largest producers of GM cotton in the world. Okay? And I think both these are something that we must be very proud of, because this is something that has happened with a lot of focus and a lot of sense of purpose, both scientifically and from the business of biotechnology. We've seen very strong entrepreneurship in all these fields, and that is why we've become known as a leader in biopharmaceuticals, a leader in agri-biotech, and soon I hope we become leaders and known leaders in other industrial biotechnologies, which includes, of course, enzyme technologies and renewable energy. The other big opportunity for us, which is also now becoming a very important opportunity, which we must also emphasize and brand in a big way, is bio-IT. I think bio-IT, which is about the whole area of big data, analytics, and data mining, I think is going to be very important. Genomics and genetics is extremely important as a sort of a subset of this, because I think that's going to be a very, very important part of the opportunity. So when we look at how we have to go about the future, I think it's a very exciting future. I just heard one of the committee members who's working at Thermo Fisher say that he is involved with CRISPR technologies and antibody engineering. These are very, very important future areas of job opportunities. Gene editing is definitely going to be extremely, extremely vital in every realm of biotechnology. Whether it is about developing a new antibody, whether it is about gene therapies, whether it is about gene technologies, whether it is about agri-tech and plant genetics, CRISPR is going to be a very, very important part of that gene editing technology. And I think you are going to see a huge, huge proliferation of CRISPR technologies in the near future. So I'm really glad that one of the Biocon Academy products is already engaged in this, and I'm sure many others are going to do likewise. I think another very exciting area is, of course, medtech and bio-IT, as I mentioned, and of course this whole area of digital marketing and digital biotechnology, which includes things like, how do you look at data? How do you look at personalized assistance when it comes to data? How do you create new products and technologies based on digital technologies? Whether it's diagnostics, whether it is personalized, devices, there's huge opportunities in this area. I mentioned to you that renewable energy is becoming a very, very important, focus area, and many companies are looking at this in this area, and I'm sure that this is also going to be a very important opportunity, whether it is ethanol, whether it is other forms of renewable energy. I think it's going to be very, very important for all of us. Enzyme technologies are now here to stay and grow, because I think we have clearly seen that the world no longer tolerates chemical pollution, and it is driving companies into replacing chemical technologies with enzyme technologies. So it's very clear that this is going to be a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs, for industry to adopt. And I think it's going to be very exciting for creating that important segment of the bioeconomy. So the way I look at it, I think we are very fortunate that there are these huge number of untapped jobs, so to speak. And these are the new jobs of the future, and we are preparing you for it. And as we go forward, I know that the Biocon Academy is going to, introduce many more programs within its bioscience programs, including things like design thinking and many, many other aspects of, how we go about creating new jobs for the future, new employment opportunities for the future, and how we make Biocon Academy very, very relevant in everything we do, as we want you to be very, very relevant in the job market. Because today the job market is about relevance. If you're relevant, you have a job. If you're not relevant, it's going to be very tough to find a job of what you are trained to do. So I think relevant education is extremely important. Relevance is very important, and I urge every one of you to stay relevant by making sure that you constantly keep updated on what's happening in the world, because technology is just racing and pacing ahead at a level and a pace that we could never have imagined in the past. And therefore, it's an exciting opportunity for every one of us to keep learning, to keep, acquiring new knowledge, and of course staying relevant. So with that, I'd like to wish every one of you all the very best in your path ahead. I hope that every one of you is enjoying your jobs at your respective companies, and I hope every one of you appreciates the firm rooting that and the firm foundation that Biocon Academy has created, so that you can actually have a great future. All the best, and thank you very much.